Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly happy? Not just smiling for a photo or laughing at a meme, but that deep down, peaceful kind of happiness? Sounds rare, right? Here's the thing. Life is messy, unpredictable, and sometimes downright hard. Between work deadlines, family responsibilities, and unexpected challenges, it's easy to feel like happiness is out of reach. But what if I told you that happiness isn't about having a perfect life or avoiding tough times? It's about embracing the small, powerful habits that can help you find joy and contentment even when life feels overwhelming. These habits don't require a lot of time or money, they just require a shift in perspective and a little daily effort. In this video, we're going to explore practical, science-backed strategies that can help you feel happier every day. From gratitude and connection to mindfulness and movement, these tools will empower you to take control of your happiness no matter what life throws your way. Ready to transform your outlook and your life? Let's dive in. This is an SMQ Audiobook, your guide to cultivating joy and resilience in a complicated world. Chapter 1. Understanding Happiness, the 40% you control. Let's start by clearing up a common misunderstanding about happiness. A lot of people think being happy means you have to be cheerful all the time, or that you should never feel sad, frustrated, or upset. But that's not true at all. Happiness isn't about forcing a smile or pretending everything is perfect. It's about creating balance in your life and learning to appreciate the little moments of joy even when things aren't going your way. Think about this. Studies show that happiness is influenced by three main factors. About 50% of it comes from your genetics, meaning some people naturally feel more upbeat than others. It's just how they're wired. Then there's 10% that's based on your circumstances, things like where you live, your job, or your financial situation. Surprisingly, that's not as big of a factor as we might think. The remaining 40% is determined by your mindset and the habits you practice daily. That's the exciting part. It means nearly half of your happiness is completely within your control. By focusing on small, consistent actions and shifting your perspective, you have the power to create a happier life no matter what challenges you're facing. Chapter 2. Gratitude as a Superpower. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you when someone holds the door open. It's a way of life that has the power to transform how you see the world and experience happiness. When you practice gratitude regularly, you train your mind to focus on what's good in your life instead of getting stuck on what's missing or what's going wrong. It's a shift in perspective that can bring a profound sense of peace and contentment no matter the challenges you're facing. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the hard parts of life. Instead, it's about noticing the things, big and small, that bring value to your day. Maybe it's the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of birds chirping, or the fact that you woke up healthy this morning. These moments might seem small, but when you acknowledge and appreciate them, they start to add up, creating a foundation of positivity that you can lean on. There's plenty of science to back this up too. Researchers have found that people who actively practice gratitude experience better sleep, lower levels of stress, and higher levels of happiness. Gratitude also helps to reduce negative emotions like envy, resentment, and regret, leaving more mental space for joy and optimism. Essentially, it's a tool that rewires your brain, training it to focus on the positive aspects of life and become more resilient during tough times. So, how can you start incorporating gratitude into your daily routine? One of the easiest methods is keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be life-changing. Sometimes the simplest things have the biggest impact. For example, you could jot down, "I'm grateful for the delicious coffee I had this morning," or "I'm thankful for the cozy blanket that kept me warm last night." Over time, this habit trains your mind to naturally look for the good in your day. If journaling isn't your style, try expressing gratitude in other ways. Take a moment to thank someone in your life, a friend, a family member, or even a coworker. A heartfelt thank you can not only boost your mood, but also strengthen your relationships. Alternatively, spend a few quiet minutes reflecting on what you're grateful for before going to bed or when you wake up in the morning. Remember, practicing gratitude doesn't mean life will suddenly become perfect. It means you'll be better equipped to handle challenges and savor the moments that make life truly special. Chapter 3. The Power of Connection. Human beings are wired for connection. It's in our DNA. From the moment we're born, relationships play a crucial role in shaping who we are and how happy we feel. Whether it's with family, friends, or even a pet, meaningful connections give us a sense of belonging and purpose. But in today's fast-paced digital world, it's easy to feel isolated, even when we're constantly connected online. That's why it's more important than ever to nurture real face-to-face relationships and build a support system that uplifts you. Think about the last time you had a deep conversation with a close friend or shared a laugh with someone you care about. Chances are those moments left you feeling lighter, more understood, and genuinely happy. That's because when we connect with others, our brains release oxytocin, often called the love hormone. This chemical boosts feelings of trust, bonding, and overall well-being. In fact, studies show that people with strong social connections tend to be happier, healthier, and even live longer than those who feel isolated. Building and maintaining these connections doesn't have to be complicated. Start by reaching out to people who matter to you. A simple text, phone call, or coffee date can go a long way in strengthening relationships. And don't underestimate the power of small gestures. Sending a thoughtful message, remembering someone's birthday, or simply listening without judgment can deepen bonds and create lasting happiness. If you're feeling lonely or disconnected, there are ways to rebuild your social circle. Join a club or group that aligns with your interests, whether it's a book club, a fitness class, or a volunteer organization. These environments naturally encourage interaction and help you meet people who share your passions. Pets can also provide an incredible source of companionship. A wagging tail or a purring cat can bring joy and comfort, reminding us that connection isn't limited to humans. Remember that connection starts with yourself. Taking care of your mental and emotional well-being makes it easier to build positive relationships with others. Practice self-compassion, be honest about your needs, and don't be afraid to seek help when you need it. Happiness isn't a solo journey. It's something we create and share together. Chapter 4. Celebrate small wins. In the pursuit of happiness, we often fixate on achieving big milestones, landing a dream job, buying a house, or reaching a major life goal. While these moments are certainly rewarding, they don't happen every day. What if, instead of waiting for those occasional victories, you could find joy in the small wins that happen all the time? Learning to celebrate these smaller moments is a powerful way to feel happy daily and stay motivated even when life feels overwhelming. Small wins are the everyday accomplishments that might seem insignificant at first glance, but carry a lot of meaning when you stop to recognize them. Did you finally finish that pile of laundry you've been putting off? That's a win. Did you check off an item from your to-do list or manage to squeeze in a quick workout? Another win. Even something as simple as waking up on time, cooking a healthy meal, or making someone smile counts. This dopamine boost creates a sense of pleasure and reinforces positive behavior, making you more likely to keep going. Over time, celebrating small wins helps you develop a mindset of progress and gratitude, shifting your focus from what you haven't done to what you've accomplished. So how do you make this practice part of your daily life? Start by keeping a journal or a simple list where you can jot down your small wins each day. At the end of the day, review your list and take a moment to feel proud of what you've done. You'll be amazed at how these little acknowledgments add up to a bigger sense of achievement. Another great way to celebrate small wins is by rewarding yourself. Rewards don't have to be elaborate or expensive. A cup of your favorite coffee, a relaxing walk, or a few minutes of your favorite hobby can do the trick. The key is to create a positive association between effort and reward, which motivates you to keep striving. This doesn't mean you should stop setting big goals, those are still important, but recognizing and celebrating the little things along the way gives you the energy and optimism to keep going. In tough times, small wins can also serve as anchors when life feels chaotic or uncertain. Finding joy in small victories can remind you that progress is still happening. Chapter 5. Movement and Mindfulness. Happiness isn't just a mental state, it's deeply connected to how we treat our bodies and minds. Movement and mindfulness are two powerful tools that can help you stay grounded, reduce stress, and feel more positive even during life's toughest moments. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you can create a sustainable foundation for happiness. Let's start with movement. our bodies are designed to move, and when we stay active, we not only keep ourselves physically healthy, but also boost our emotional well-being. Exercise releases endorphins, often called feel-good hormones, which can instantly lift your mood and help you combat stress. But don't worry, this doesn't mean you need to spend hours at the gym or train for a marathon. Even small amounts of physical activity, like a 15-minute walk, a quick yoga session, or dancing to your favorite song, can make a big difference. The beauty of movement is that it's adaptable to your lifestyle and preferences. The goal is to get your body moving in a way that feels fun and natural to you. Consistency is more important than intensity. Regular movement, even in small doses, can have a cumulative positive impact on your mood and energy levels. Mindfulness can take many forms, from meditation and deep breathing to simply paying attention to your surroundings. It can be as simple as focusing on the sensation of your feet hitting the ground as you walk, or savoring the taste of your morning coffee without distractions. These small moments of awareness help calm your mind and create space for positivity to grow. One of the most effective mindfulness techniques is deep breathing. When you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed, take a few minutes to pause and breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale through your mouth for 4 counts. This simple exercise activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps reduce stress and brings a sense of calm. Combining movement with mindfulness can amplify the benefits of both practices. For example, try mindful walking. Pay attention to the rhythm of your steps, the sound of birds, or the feeling of the breeze on your skin. Movement and mindfulness are especially powerful during challenging times. Physical activity can help release pent-up tension, while mindfulness allows you to process emotions without being consumed by them. Chapter 6: Shifting Your Perspective. Life is full of ups and downs, and while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This is where the power of perspective comes in. Shifting your perspective isn't about denying the challenges or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about choosing to see the bigger picture and finding meaning even in difficult situations. When things go wrong, our natural tendency is to ask, "Why is this happening to me?" It's a valid question, but staying stuck in it can lead to feelings of frustration, anger, or hopelessness. Instead, try asking a different question. What can I learn from this? Or how can I grow through this experience? These questions don't erase the pain or difficulty, but they help you shift from a victim mindset to one of empowerment. For example, imagine you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for. At first, it's easy to feel defeated. But by shifting your perspective, you might realize this is an opportunity to develop new skills, explore other career paths, or focus on aspects of your job that you enjoy. Perspective shifts are deeply rooted in gratitude and self-awareness. One helpful practice is to keep a journal where you write about challenges you're facing and reflect on what they might be teaching you. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns of growth and resilience in your responses to adversity. Another technique is to practice mindfulness when confronting problems. Instead of immediately reacting, pause and take a step back. Imagine you're an observer watching the situation unfold. What advice would you give to a friend in your shoes? This shift in viewpoint often reveals solutions or insights that weren't clear before. It's also important to remember that most challenges are temporary. When you're in the middle of a tough situation, it can feel like it will last forever, but that's rarely the case. Remind yourself of the phrase, "This too shall pass." Think about other difficult times in your life, moments that seemed insurmountable at the time, but eventually resolved or became less intense. Knowing that the storm will eventually pass can help you navigate it with patience and grace. Perspective shifts are not just for big life events. They're just as powerful for everyday annoyances. Let's say you're stuck in traffic. Instead of focusing on the delay and feeling irritated, consider it an opportunity to listen to a favorite podcast, reflect on your day, or practice deep breathing. One of the most profound shifts in perspective is embracing the idea that challenges are a natural part of life. They don't mean you're failing or doing something wrong. They're simply part of the human experience. Every challenge carries the potential for growth, and every obstacle is an opportunity to strengthen your resilience. Shifting your perspective is about taking ownership of your happiness. By choosing to view difficulties as stepping stones rather than roadblocks, you can create a mindset that fosters resilience, optimism, and lasting happiness. Chapter 7: Cultivating Purpose and Meaning. Happiness is more than just fleeting moments of joy. It's about finding a deeper sense of fulfillment that carries you through life's ups and downs. That fulfillment often stems from purpose and meaning. Purpose gives your life direction, while meaning helps you make sense of your experiences and connect them to what truly matters. Together, they create a foundation for happiness that can withstand even the most challenging circumstances. Purpose isn't something reserved for extraordinary people or monumental achievements. It can be found in the simplest of things: caring for loved ones, helping a friend in need, creating something that brings you joy, or contributing to your community in a small but meaningful way. The purpose is deeply personal. It's not about meeting someone else's expectations or conforming to societal ideals. It's about what resonates with you, what makes you feel alive, and what gives your life a sense of direction. Finding your purpose starts with reflection. Take time to think about the moments when you feel most fulfilled. Perhaps it's when you're helping others, creating art, solving problems, or spending time with family. Reflect on the activities that make you lose track of time because you're so immersed in them. Consider the causes or issues that spark a fire within you. Those are often clues to where your purpose lies. Once you have a sense of what gives your life meaning, the next step is to incorporate it into your daily actions. This doesn't mean you need to overhaul your life overnight. Even small, intentional steps can have a profound impact. For example, if your purpose involves helping others, you might start by volunteering a few hours a week or simply reaching out to someone who needs support. Living with purpose doesn't require grand gestures or perfect circumstances. It's about making choices that align with your values and priorities, even in the face of obstacles. For instance, if your job feels unfulfilling, you might find purpose in how you approach your work. Perhaps by mentoring a colleague, improving processes, or finding ways to make a difference in your workplace. Purpose isn't about what you do, it's about why you do it. In difficult times, purpose becomes a source of strength. When challenges arise, having a clear sense of what matters most helps you stay focused and resilient. It reminds you that life's hardships don't define you. They're simply part of your journey. Cultivating purpose and meaning is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. Living a life of purpose and meaning isn't about chasing happiness. It's about creating a life that feels rich, authentic, and deeply satisfying. Chapter 8. Embracing self-compassion. Happiness often feels out of reach when we're our own harshest critic. It's easy to spiral into negativity when we focus on our perceived shortcomings or compare ourselves to others. However, one of the most powerful yet underestimated ways to cultivate happiness is through self-compassion. Learning to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a close friend can transform how you navigate challenges and ultimately how happy you feel. Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook or ignoring areas where you can grow. Instead, it's about acknowledging your struggles and imperfections without judgment. It's recognizing that being human means making mistakes, experiencing failure, and facing difficulties. It's a shared experience, not something that isolates you. By embracing this mindset, you can approach yourself with gentle rather than harsh criticism. The first step to practicing self-compassion is self-awareness. When you're feeling down, take a moment to notice how you're talking to yourself. Are you being supportive, or are you berating yourself for not being good enough? Imagine what you would say to a dear friend in a similar situation. Chances are you'd offer encouragement and reassurance, not criticism. Now try to direct those same compassionate words toward yourself. Another important element of self-compassion is recognizing that no one has it all figured out. It's easy to look at others and assume they're thriving while you're struggling, but everyone faces challenges. When you're hard on yourself, remind yourself that you're not alone. Your struggles are part of the human experience, not a sign of personal failure. Self-compassion also involves taking care of your emotional and physical needs. When you're going through a tough time, prioritize rest, nourishment, and activities that bring you comfort. It's not selfish to prioritize your well-being. It's essential for maintaining your happiness and resilience. Self-compassion is especially important during difficult times. Being kind to yourself can create a sense of stability and hope. Instead of pushing through stress or ignoring your feelings, allow yourself the space to process and heal. Over time, self-compassion becomes a habit, shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have, and from self-criticism to self-acceptance. Chapter 9. The Art of Letting Go. One of the greatest obstacles to happiness is holding on to things that no longer serve us: grudges, regrets, fears, and even outdated goals. The act of letting go can feel daunting, but it's one of the most liberating and transformative steps you can take toward lasting happiness. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or forgetting. It means releasing the emotional weight tied to something so you can move forward with freedom and peace. We all carry emotional baggage, often without realizing it. Sometimes it's a past mistake we can't forgive ourselves for, or a relationship that left us hurt and bitter. Other times, it's the fear of failure, rejection, or change that keeps us stuck in a cycle of worry and inaction. While it's natural to hold on to these feelings, doing so prevents you from fully experiencing the present and finding joy in the here and now. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful ways to let go. This doesn't mean condoning hurtful actions or pretending they didn't happen. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the grip of anger and resentment, which can eat away at your happiness. When you forgive, you're not letting the other person off the hook, you're letting yourself off the hook. Another crucial aspect of letting go is releasing regret. We all have moments we wish we could redo, but dwelling on the past doesn't change it. It only robs you of the present. Instead of ruminating on what went wrong, focus on what you can learn from the experience. How can you use that knowledge to grow? By reframing regret as a lesson rather than a mistake, you can transform it into a source of empowerment. Letting go also applies to fear: fear of failure, fear of change, or fear of the unknown. To overcome this, start by challenging the stories you tell yourself about your fears. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen and what's the best that could happen? You'll often find that the potential for growth and joy far outweighs the risk. Letting go isn't just about emotions. It can also mean decluttering your physical and mental space. Are there possessions, habits, or routines that no longer serve you? Simplifying your environment can create a sense of clarity and ease, making room for new, positive experiences and true contentment. Chapter 10: The Daily Happiness Toolkit. Now that we've covered the foundational concepts, let's create a practical, repeatable toolkit for cultivating daily happiness, even when life is hard. These are the non-negotiable habits that, when done consistently, act as a shield against daily stress. The 5-minute morning reset. Before checking your phone or email, dedicate 5 minutes to intentional, mindful practice. This could be 3 deep breaths, writing 3 items in your gratitude journal, or simply sitting in silence. This practice anchors your day in peace and intention, preventing the outside world from dictating your mood right from the start. The digital detox break. Modern life is saturated with comparison and obligation amplified by screens. Schedule a minimum of 2 15-minute periods during your day to be completely screen-free. Use this time for movement like a short walk, human connection, or quiet reflection. This break prevents digital exhaustion and keeps you tethered to the real world. Practice intentional kindness. Perform one small random act of kindness every day. Buy someone a coffee, send an encouraging message, or offer genuine help. Studies show that focusing outward on contributing to others is one of the quickest and most powerful ways to boost your own happiness and sense of purpose. It shifts your focus from internal deficit to external contribution. The nightly small win review. Before bed, review the day and list 3 small accomplishments or positive moments. This is where you apply the principle from Chapter 4. Acknowledging these wins ensures that you end the day on a positive note, training your brain to seek out progress and success, rather than dwelling on mistakes or incomplete tasks. This leads to better quality sleep and a more optimistic start the next morning. Remember, happiness is a skill, not a destination. It is a series of consistent, small choices made every day. By equipping yourself with this daily toolkit, you are actively choosing to build a life rich in resilience, meaning, and joy, regardless of external circumstances. You have now internalized the core principles of cultivating happiness every day, even when life is hard. This journey isn't about eliminating sadness or stress. It's about building the inner strength to navigate them with grace, clarity, and optimism. Do not let this knowledge remain just theory. Choose one habit from the toolkit: the 5-minute morning reset, the digital detox break, or the nightly small win review, and commit to it for the next 7 days. Practice consistency over perfection. Go forward and build your joyful life, one intentional habit at a time. Your daily happiness is completely within your control.